Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Soul Mama Jazz. If you're new here, why do I just disappear for a little while? If you're looking for a consistent YouTube poster, I am not your girl. I post whenever I have energy, I guess, between being a full-time mom, a full-time wife, and a full-time worker. I can't do full-time YouTube, and though that is a dream of mine, that's just not what I can do right now. So I did record a video, like a get ready with me with a toddler and a story time, and I just had so much going on. I didn't even like the way it turned out. So I just am gonna chalk that one up and leave it on the backboard. It's definitely a wine night story, so we will have to wait for that, okay? Okay, and it's a good one, so please turn your bell notification on and just come back, okay? Thank you. Today I want to do a story time. I really want to get into story times. I've had such an interesting life. My great-grandfather always told me to write a book, and I don't have time to do YouTube videos. How do I have time to write a book? I know it's like all perspective. I don't know if I wanted to do it, I could do it. But yeah, here we are. So I'm going to do story time on how I found out I was pregnant, because it's freaking hilarious. So me and my husband originally wanted to get married on 4/20. So we didn't, we're not traditional at all. Like, if you know me, you know we're not traditional. And so we hadn't even told my dad that we were engaged yet. So we were like, or maybe we had just told him. I'm not sure when we told him, but I even tried to tell him on Easter, and I dyed an egg and wrote "I'm engaged" on it and hoped that he would find it, and he didn't. So I was like, why can't this be easier? It's not like I'm scared of my dad, but my dad's just so important to me. And me and Wayne have known each other for most of our lives, and I just remember having such a big crush on him when I was 15, 16, and I don't know, we really rushed into things, but I guess when you know, you know. And I know that sounds cliche and cheesy as hell, but you know when you know. And so anyways, we eloped on 4/20. We didn't legally elope, but we went, and it was just 4/20. Oh my god, that's so funny. On a little timestamp how long I've been recording. Okay, so we wrote our vows and we went into the woods. Basically, I'm an earth sign and Wayne is a Pisces, and I'm a Taurus, so it's earth and water. We found this place where it was you had to climb into the woods and you overlooked the water. I will insert a picture so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And we said our vows. We lit candles and an incense, and it was called baby powder, but that's the only incense I could find at the gas station. And it's just hilarious because a month after this happened, I got pregnant, and it's just too weird how we burned baby powder. And baby powder was coming into our life, even though I've never used baby powder on Oak. But anyways, so we do our vows, and we were just in that honeymoon stage. We technically hadn't been legally married yet. We did have a small little backyard wedding, and with just our close friends and family. And one of my most dear people in my heart and life, and definitely my soul sister, married us. And so it was just a really special day. Very hectic day, but very special day. And I'm about to tell you why it was hectic. So I conceived on May 22nd, so a month after we had eloped. That's what we call it. It's our wedding day to us. You know, we said our vows, and after that day, we did consider each other husband and wife. Even though, we hadn't stood up in front of our family on June 11th was technically our wedding date. And that's when we were legally married. But it's just a piece of paper. We don't think that paper has anything to do with it. Like, and I barely missed the day to send it, and that's a whole nother story time. I'm getting off track. Okay, let's back it up. I want to say I started taking, because we tried, like, I don't know if that makes it like more stupid or not. I don't want to say stupid, but we were young, and it's just like that I love you and I want to create life with you, like, I don't even know how to explain it. So we tried, and we tried one time and we got pregnant, so it was definitely something that was meant to be. And so, and I love my son, I would never change anything for the world. But anyways, we tried one time, and like 2 weeks later I took a pregnancy test, and I had no symptoms that I was pregnant yet, but you know, obviously I figured it was coming, so let's start testing. And they were negative, and I remember waiting like 3 weeks and it was negative. So I just remember sitting on our front porch and just being like, I don't understand science. If this is like what happens when, y'all know how babies are conceived. So I mean, when that happens, how does it not conceive a baby? So about a couple days after that conversation, we decided we were waiting like 6 more months to try again, because we knew that probably wasn't the best idea. And so I took another test, and I immediately was like, immediately, I don't even know if that's a word now. I was like, this test is broken. All those negative tests, and this test had like such a faint line. I'd never really taken pregnancy tests before. Like, I'm 20 years old. I don't know, and it was like the expensive test. It wasn't like the cheap little 99-cent HCG test. Not yet. The HCG test, little 99-cent one time, come into perspective. So they're like the first response, or the off-brand first response. I can't remember. This was like 2 years ago. And so I remember taking the test and being like, okay, maybe the ink, oh my god, I just found a night-night. Maybe the ink ran a little, like, maybe it's not, it just is defaulty, like, I don't know. So I had given up on taking a test. I just put it under my bathroom sink and just forgot about it, okay? And about 2 weeks after that, my roommate at the time decided to move out because I was getting married, you know. And so when she moves out, like, she was in the master and I was in just like one of the other rooms with the bathroom across from it. So we were moving into the master, and this was June 8th. And so 3 days before our wedding day, okay? So at this point, we were like, we already told my dad, we already planned a little wedding, and you know, it was just a backyard wedding. It was nothing big and spectacular, which I am very grateful for, because I have like a sense of stage fright. I don't know. And that was already like 20 people, and I was so nervous just walking in front of them. Anyways, so I was like, oh, Wayne, you remember how I told you to take that pregnancy test and it was broken? He was like, yeah. And I was like, well, this was it. And I showed it to him. And I know you're not supposed to like look at a pregnancy test after so many hours because it could be wrong or whatever. So this pregnancy test was like 2 weeks old, maybe a week. I don't really know when I took the test, but he looked at it and was like, babe, this says you're pregnant. And I was like, no, it's broken. He said, no, that says you're pregnant. And I was like, how come again? we say that one more time, just for the people in the back, one more time. What did you say? What did you say? So he goes to the store, and like, we're in the middle of moving, transferring everything. I had another friend there helping me move, and she had had a baby when we were younger, so she was a little bit more experienced with the pregnancy test. And so Wayne goes and gets that like cheap little 99-cent one, because I don't think he's ever bought a pregnancy test in his life. So he brings it to me, and I take it, and sure enough, 3 days, maybe 2, maybe it was the 9th. I'm pretty sure it was the 8th. 2 days, because it's at like PM. Before we get married, legally, it says positive, and your girl was planning on getting crunk at her wedding. So me and my friend at that time went to Walmart and we got the pack of 5, and I just remember chugging so much water to see, like, to make me pee again, you know. And I took 2 and they said I was pregnant, and I took the 3rd one and it said I wasn't pregnant. So obviously it was early. I probably had to have been like, I was coming up on my period, so I mean, I didn't even think about missing my period yet. Like, it just wasn't, I don't even know when my period was. But anyways, the next morning I take 2 more and they said I was pregnant. And so I'm pretty sure we told, oh my gosh, okay. And so we didn't tell anyone. So it was just us 3 that knew, because the girl that was there that night was one of my bridesmaids. And on the 10th, we were getting pictures taken for like our engagement or whatever. And we decided to go ahead and do pictures with onesies, almost like a pregnancy announcement. And now, like, looking back, we probably shouldn't have done that, because we had only found out 2 days ago. I hadn't even been to the doctor yet, and it was only the pregnancy tests that were telling us that we were pregnant. It was never like confirmed, but we both knew that this baby was supposed to be here. You know, we tried one time, and we definitely shouldn't have done that. And so then our photographer knew that we were pregnant, and she was a girl we went to high school with. So it was very hush-hush. I remember just going into the wedding just so like jittery from just finding out I was pregnant, and all of these people I'm meeting of Wayne's family, and just, it was definitely crazy. And if my roommate had never moved out, we probably wouldn't have known as soon, and I definitely would have been wasted at my wedding. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I had a glass or 2 of champagne, couldn't let people know that I was pregnant. I mean, not yet. I still needed to go to the doctor. I still needed to like figure out what is happening. I can't even explain to you. I mean, if you've been pregnant, you obviously know that the beginning where you're still trying to like wrap your head around it. You're just like, holy shit, I'm growing a baby. Say what? Come again, please. Thank you. So yeah, and that's how I found out I was pregnant, from a broken pregnancy test that wasn't broken. But I just remember when I was taking the pregnancy test at first, I was just like, you're lying. I know I'm pregnant. Stop lying to me. I know I'm pregnant. I guess it was just too early, you know, and now I'm sitting here cramping like a mother trucker, and I just wish I didn't have cramps anymore. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming to this short little video. This is a story I definitely wanted to share, just because of the irony of it all. If we never would have moved into the other room, I don't know when I would have found out I was pregnant, you know? And I mean, my periods are pretty irregular. I was synced with the moon. When there's an egg in the sky, there's an egg in your woman. And I'm gonna leave it on that. Please leave this video a thumbs up if you thought I was stupid. I'm just kidding. Oh, thank you guys so much. Have a great day. Peace out.